Hi there, how's it going everybody? Solomon. Today we'll be learning about text data which are represented with strings, which is a Python data type. So now let's go ahead and run this hello world that we have here. Let's try this. Okay, now we can actually see that I did print out hello world. So this right here is called a print function. The print function actually holds text data or text value. Any you can call it a text value or text data. So this hello world that is in string is a textual data. So what if we wanted to create maybe a variable that will actually hold this text data instead of the print function? So we can do this. We can just call this. I can call mine welcome, and I'll set it equal to hello world. So this is called a variable which contains our text data, our data, which is the hello world. So I know most of you might be wondering what is the difference between a single quote and a double quote. So the difference is not that much. Okay, let me just try and run this. Okay, instead of running this hello world, let me just run welcome so that you can actually see that I did print it out hello world. So a single quote and a double quote, the difference is just the kind of text that they are actually holding. For instance, if I'm having maybe okay, let me just try with a double quote so that you can actually see that it will give us the same result. So it's still printed out hello world. So what if I'm having a text in here that just says, okay, let me see, it just says Solomon's word, and I'm ending this with a single column also. Now I try to run this. It's gonna print out a syntax error because Python actually believes, okay, this is the beginning of the string and this is the end of the string. So now what are you actually trying to tell me with the remaining text that I was? So Python printed out a syntax error. So there are a couple of ways which we can actually fix this. We can actually escape this with a backslash, thereby telling Python that we don't want this to be the end of the string. So if we try to run this now, you see that I did print it out Solomon's word. And the most efficient way to actually do is just to use double quotes at both ends and using the single quotes in the string, and you still see that I did print it out Solomon's word. So that's the difference. So it also goes both to maybe you're having double quote, you can actually use a single quote at both end, and if you still run this, it actually works. So in case we want to maybe create a string that actually extends from more than a line, then we are just going to be using the triple quotes at the beginning of the string and also at the end. So a triple quote is just your regular single quote, but you are typing it 3 times. And let's say you have a string of text. Solomon's word is a new world. So this is where you're actually needing the triple quotes. If you are using if you're typing a string that actually extends from one line, maybe 2 lines, 3 lines, 100, and so you're going to need 3 strings and 3 quotes. Right? So if you try to run this, you can actually see that I did print it out. So the most word is a new word, and also you can actually use triple quotes. It will still work just fine. So if we were to run this, so you see that I did print out Solomon's word is new. So that's the difference between single quote, double quote, and triple quote. So what if? So now, how can we find how many characters are in our strings? So to do this, we'll use the length function, which stands for length in Python. So instead of me just printing welcome, I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna type in length, and I'm gonna close this button, and I'm gonna print it. So it should print out the length of the string. So if you have to count it, you're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11. So how can we actually access individual characters? We just talked about how to know the length, how to find the length of the characters in our string. So how can we actually access individual characters in a string, thereby giving us the index of that character in that string? Python actually allows to index from the 0th position in strings, which is the first character, and it also supports negative indexes, which means you can count backwards, and we have to start from -1. So to achieve this, we are going to use our square brackets after our variable or string to pass in the location of the character we want. So we can do this by, okay, let me just say I want to find the, okay, let me get rid of this. So we can do this by saying, okay, I want to find the 0th index in that string. I'll just put in 0th and check which character is the 0th number. So you can actually see that it is h. So h is the first, which means is the 0th, because Python actually starts counting from 0 upward. And what if we were to try -1? Like I said, Python supports negative indexes. So if we try to run this, you see that I did printed out d, because d is the last. So it started counting from backwards, which is -1. And if we want to retrieve a range of character in a string, we are going to be using the slicing operator, which is represented with colon in Python. So we are going to be using the slicing operator. We would define range as a colon b, which lets us print all the characters of a string starting from index A down to index B. For instance, I wanted to get the word hello from the string hello world, and then what I'm going to do is, okay, let me get rid of this. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to print out, I'm still going to be using the square brackets, and I'm going to print out 0 colon 5. And if I'm to run this, you can actually see that I did printed out hello. So if we are to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the space is the 5th one, but you can actually see that I did not print the space. The reason for this is we are actually telling Python that, okay, I want to print out from the 0th index, which is the first, down to, but do not include the 5th index. So the space here is the 5th index. So Python did not actually print that. And there's another way you can thing to know is that you can actually leave this empty and run this. Python will actually know that you ask it to print from the beginning, and it goes both ways. Maybe I put in 6 and I leave here empty, and actually had to run this. It did print it because 6 W is the 6th down to the end. So what if I tried maybe negative? Okay, so maybe I try to print out the negative index. So the negative is started from the back, which is -1, which is d. So that is how you retrieve a range of character in a string. Let me clear this out. So okay, so to run our codes in lowercase, maybe I have, okay, this code, this string right here is already capitalized, so, and I wanted to run them in lower code. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to be using the lower function and just come in and just type in lower, and if I'm to run this, you can see that my codes are run in lower case. And if I want to maybe run them in upper, I just use the function function upper, and just run this, and you can actually see that it did run them in upper, and it also has capitalized. If I want to capitalize the string, I just use the capitalize function, and if I run this, you see that I did capitalize it. This one is in uppercase, but it did bring it down to lowercase and capitalize just the first one. So these are a few methods, and there's one more method I want to show you. Is called swap case. It actually pretty swaps the characters in uppercase down to lower and change the ones in lower down up to upper. So I just use the swap case, and if I am to run this, I can actually say that I did printed hello world in each in lower and hello in upper, and it did the same with the word. So that's how that's how you can actually swap case. So there are so now what if we wanted to actually replace some certain characters? Let me clear this out just a bit. Sorry about that. So what if we actually wanted to replace certain characters with a new one? Then we are just going to be using the replace method. So what we are just going to be doing, we have this variable that actually contains this text data. We are just going to create another variable. I'm just going to call this new welcome, and I'm just going to set this equal to, okay, what do I want to replace? I'm just going to set it down equal to our original variable. I'm just going to use the dot replace, and in this dot replace I'm just going to pass in what I want to replace. Okay, I want to replace hello, and I'm separating it with a comma, and I'm going to specify what do I want to replace it with. I'm going to replace it with hey, and I'm just going to come down here. Instead of printing the former variable, I'm just going to print in the new one I created, which is new welcome. And if I'm to run this, I can actually see that it did printed out hey world. And there's another method which you can actually use. Let me clear this out. Which you can actually use is actually still using the former variable that we created, former object that we created, and just specifying it to itself dot, or you can name it whatever you want to name it. Just specify it to itself dot replace hello. Just replace hello and replace it with hey. So that's basically how that's basically how to do. So now just come and print out welcome and run this and see that it's did printed out hey world. So what if we wanted to, like, okay, split a string of text? We can achieve this just by using the split method, for instance. But let me just remove this. Let me just remove this. I'm going to extend this hello world is a new uh is a new program. Hello world is a new program. Okay, and I wanted to split this. I can just by easily come and just say dot split, and if I am to run this, you see that I did split it out. Hello world is a new program. So what if I wanted to, like, okay, I don't want to I want to split this, but I don't want to split maybe, okay, for example, the last two. I can just as easily specify a string in here. I'm just gonna specify a string in there and leave a space, and I'm gonna separate it with a comma, and I'm gonna start from the fourth, and you can actually see hello zero. This is the zero, this is the one, this is the second, this is the third, and started on splitting from the fourth index. So you can actually see that I did not split new and program. So that's how we actually can uh, split a string. So how can we add multiple? Okay, let me clear this out. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. So how can we actually add maybe multiple strings and concatenate them together? So instead of hello world, this is a welcome, right? Okay, for it to sound much more lifelike, I'm just gonna use hello, and I'm gonna come here. Maybe I want to like maybe greet somebody. I'm just gonna call this hello, and I'm gonna create a variable called name. That's the person's name, and I'm just gonna specify Daniel. Daniel. Okay, and then I'll just come to print welcome, which is for the greeting, and I'm gonna use the plus sign operator, and I'm gonna call name. And if we run this, let's run this and see. You can actually see that I did concatenate them together, but without a space. It did not actually leave any space. So for us to actually do this, that it will actually be maybe a little bit perfect, we actually just come here after the first plus, and we're just gonna create a string, and we're gonna leave a space in between, and then we're gonna create a plus. And if we actually run this, you can actually see that that space has been created. We can also come here and maybe actually add a comma, and if we run that, you see hello Daniel. So this is one way which we can actually do it. So there is how would I say this? There's another way which we can actually achieve this is by actually using placeholders in place of our string. So instead of this, I'm just gonna come here. I'm gonna start with a placeholder for welcome. The placeholder represent this with a curly brackets, and I'm gonna, since we need a comma, I'm gonna put a comma and a space, and I'm gonna specify another curly brackets, and make sure they are in a string. Okay, okay. And I'm going to use dots format. After I use this the dot format, I'm just going to call in the welcome comma and their name. And if I'm to run this, you can actually see that it did give us uh, hello Daniel. So this method is much more efficient than this one, because if you have a lots of code, maybe name, address, and so on, you can just add them easily, other than using the plus sign operator, which can make a lot of mistake. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys feel comfortable working with strings. And in the next video, we'll be looking at something entirely different. So thank you for watching. See you next time, and do not forget to subscribe and like. Bye.